I've got fire for a heart. I'm not scared of the dark. You've never seen it look so easy. I got a river for a soul, and baby, you're a boat. Baby, you're my only reason. If I didn't have you, there would be nothing left. The shell of a man that could never be his best. If I didn't have you, would never see the sun.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio.
Well, that was very good. That was Kate Scanlon.
There she
was. The featured journalism major. So
absolutely.
they are not going to let her stay behind the camera.
I gotta be careful. She's going to take over my job here in a minute.
It'd be pretty easy.
Yeah, it would be. Trust me.
So now we've got some other guests here.
We do.
So
yep.
Where did Miss Mary go?
Where is she? Where is she? Right there. There she is.
I thought you might want to do introductions.
I would love to. This is Renee Buckhoff with Remax Vintage and Patrick Buckhoff with Caldwell Banker. And I have
you're
to
not with the
say,
same company. I didn't realize that.
No, they're
Until
not.
just now.
Yeah. And I have to say, Renee was my realtor when we first moved to Houston. And so we have loved her from the very, very beginning and worked with her for many years at this point.
This is the first time we've had two Buckhoffs in the studio.
That's right.
I've been dying to say that, by the way.
Is that usually you get $2 off?
Yeah.
And now we just get $1.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we got the joke out of the way.
Nah, they're just starting. What are you talking about?
We're quite used to that, quite
That's
honestly.
true. That's true. So welcome to
Right,
the
well,
show.
I got to
Well,
tell you a
thank
story. It's the funny story. True story,
Okay.
by the way, is Rob goes, so one of our guests can be Renee Buckhoff. And I said, can you repeat that again? And he goes, Chris? He goes, no, I can have a whole line of jokes
I
lined up. He's
know.
like, Chris?
Yeah, I actually had to coach him a little bit.
We have heard them all probably.
Of course, we could always get Christy to watch.
Yes,
Yes.
get on to me about that.
Of course, she's the one that brought up about
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to go there, are we?
We won't go there.
So anyway, well, not everybody started in real estate. I always think, gosh, I'm in college. What do I want to do? You know what? I think I'll get out and get in real estate, star for a couple of years, and no one ever says that.
No one.
So where'd you start?
No one. Actually, my story when I was listening to Eva's is not that different from hers. I was a stay-at-home mom. My background is math and computer science, total nerd, total geek, and I decided to get out of the corporate world for a while and have children and raise our family. And then we moved to Texas, and Patrick and I had both really had a dream of owning our own business. But when you're in the corporate world, it's hard to make that leap and get out. He was working in the corporate world at the time, and I started real estate.
A corporate world escapee.
Yes.
Successfully, by the way.
Successfully, yes.
And you were out more in the spring area, right there off
Yeah, I
Loretto
service-
Road or something.
I really serviced the northwest part of Houston. Spring, Tomball, Cypress is kind of my stomping ground where we are.
That area is just
It's exploding.
I don't even recognize
It's
it anymore.
amazing how big and how much exploding, but also how much water you guys got over there.
We did.
Well,
get
we
a
got you a
share.
nice,
Wow.
pretty day to come here today. by the
Thank
way.
you. I
So,
appreciate that.
yeah, we had one of our sponsor inspector, AB Bowles.
Speaking of AB Bowles, look behind you right
he's
there.
right there.
He's right behind you.
What's the odds of that happening? Said he was trying to get out of the woodlands yesterday, and of course that's all very close to where you are. There was so much water. He said they had road closed everywhere.
Yep.
You couldn't escape.
It
So.
actually was difficult to get home last night. I was out of town when we had the storm a few weeks ago, so this was a little frightening. Got teenagers out on the road, and my husband coming from Livingston. It was
What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Conroe ISD was closed yesterday. It was so bad, and this finals was exams. So the last thing they wanted to do was close school on this Friday. Now they got to make that day up next week, but everyone got an
That's
extra
fun at
weekend to
the end
study
of the
for
year.
exams. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, are they actually going to make it up by next Friday?
They
then?
have to, yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've got rules.
Yep.
You know that the schools they have a lot of rules.
There are rules.
Yeah. So many days they have to actually attend and things like that.
Yes.
Like that. So talk a little bit about your business. You work that area. Is there any specific niche that you work or?
I am a residential realtor. Patrick is commercial. I really focus, I would say I've got some neighborhoods that I do farm in. Glenlock Farms is one of my stomping
Glenlock Farms.
territories
Very
as
nice.
well. Windrose, I do a lot of business in, but I don't really just service those I would say my main real estate price point is going to be anywhere between 300 and 500.
That's the sweet spot right now, by the way.
It really is. Yeah.
And because that 700 and over are sitting longer now,
Right.
according to our MLS statistics. And so,
Well, I'm even seeing that the 300 to 500, and it's taking longer to move those. Everything I've got that's under 300 is still moving pretty rapidly.
you're still seeing multiple offers on the lower end
On
stuff?
lower end stuff, absolutely. I listed a house this week, and we had 3 showings and 3 offers, and it was priced at right under 250, and great price point.
right and look good.
Right, exactly. Staged, photo, photograph. That's right.
Mary
That's
does
There's
it
right.
a
again.
theme going
That's
here. Let me
right.
see who invited these guests.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
The Mutual Admiration Society. Absolutely. but it's true. We talk about it all the time, and I remember going online and looking at $1 million listings, and you could tell they took it with their cell phone, and not the good ones that they have nowadays, the
Right.
old ones and things like that. And they're not doing their clients any service by doing a poor job.
No.
And people are very visual. They want to see a lot of photos.
Absolutely.
And they want to see it staged and all that. That's what sells homes.
Everybody shops online these days.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't look good in a picture, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is in person. They're never going to see that house.
Well, if the statistics hold true, I bet you it's going, because we've actually been tracking this for years through HAR. It was 30% where people started their shopping for a home online. It was 87% was the last stat I saw. I bet you it's probably higher than that now.
I don't know anybody that I take out that doesn't look online first.
Which is why you really have to be educated. And I talk about this when I teach. I said, don't let your clients know more than you do, because they're online researching, finding out stuff, seeing stuff. Hi there, I wave too.
Yes.
And so you've got to stay on top of it and make sure you're the one that is going to be the source of the information.
Right. It's easy for the clients to come and bring the homes to us now, and then they feel like, well, what's my realtor doing for me? But we can also
getting you through the process,
yes,
by the way.
there's a lot more that we do than other than just identify the house you're going to see.
You can't throw a rock down the street without hitting a house. It's easy to find a house.
Right.
Getting through the process is tough. And Chris, you've had some challenges and stuff too on your side with, CFPB credits.
Yeah, the mark. We tell everybody all the time. It's as important, just like we have in this room right now, to use a professional to do your real estate transaction, because there are so many moving pieces to it. As you can talk about this, Renee. And a lot of times people go out online and they sit there and they go, "Oh, I can do this online, or I can do my own thing, or what's the lowest point I can get?" And they don't realize there's so many different things part of that transaction. It's not always about the cheapest. It's about I tell everybody I use rate as an example. Somebody says, "Well, I'm getting offered a 3% rate," but if you don't close, a 3% rate means nothing.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter whatsoever. So what are your other factors you have to consider? Same thing when it comes to real estate. You can go out there and look and say, "I think this home on this street, I can buy it for this," but if you don't know the true comps, if you don't know the area,
That's exactly where my brain was going with if you don't have the ability to do the research and know that house is priced properly, then you as a buyer, you don't know what you're getting into.
Listen to your professional, because unfortunately a lot of people, they've actually dabbled in it because they've maybe bought and sold a few homes over the years. They've had friends that have bought and sold homes, and of course their friends always tell them they're moving into their friend's neighborhood, and "Oh yeah, my friend told me this house down the street sold for this.
Right.
Yep.
So I should be able to get this cheaper." I mean, they don't have that. The fact is, they can get data. They just can't get the experience.
They can't. Well, and I listed a home a couple weeks ago that had been for sale by owner for 6 months since November. And finally, I had sold a home right down the street from this gentleman, and he called me and he said, "Can you please help me?" I looked at his pictures. He had a chair and a TV in his living room, and that was it.
Call
and
Mary.
They blow up
Call Mary.
We called Mary. Had it staged, and then professional pictures, and we had an offer in 2 weeks, and it's under contract through inspections, and he's a very happy man. But he said, "I understand now. I was trying to go the cheap route."
How'd that work for him, huh?
And it did not.
6 months of house payments and 6 months of upkeep and 6 months of taxes, and it's just not worth it. In fact, it did some analysis through NAR a few years back. And they kind of extrapolated that using a realtor, they got 17% more.
I was about to say, I know of a specific stories in which individuals do for sale by owner because they think it's going to end up being cheaper, and they lessen the value of what they could have maximized on their property by selling it through a real estate agent. So it's not the cheaper
You're not
route
saving
to go.
any money.
You're not saving. You're also limiting yourself to the market in which you're marketing to, because let me tell you this. when you're doing the for sale by owner, I'll be the first one to say this is, if you're not going to be using the community in which it's out there, the community is not going to support you. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Yeah. And so, you're limiting yourself to a huge amount of opportunity of other individuals that can go and buy that home.
And we always talk about that realtors are really a big part of community, and not just the fact that we, help people buy and sell, but you're part of the community from the standpoint of whatever charities you work on, whatever you're involved with the school. I mean, it's a community.
Right.
And I think a lot of times when people are trying to save some money, they think of themselves, I'm smarter than that, but they're not. They just don't understand the fact that you're out there working it.
That's part of our job, to be connected and to network. We network with a lot of other agents. We go to functions and
Chris and I have been known to go to a few functions.
Yeah,
I go to once every once in a while, nothing major. 3 times this week.
You don't know where that buyer or seller is going to come from, but it's not uncommon to be talking with other agents at a function and tell them about an upcoming listing, and it's a perfect fit.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Without that connectivity, then...
And the other piece on that, because they always say, why do you want to net with other realtors? The thing is, if you see somebody on a listing, you're really more inclined to make sure
excited.
You show them that.
Yes,
yeah,
or I'm not excited.
There
have been cases.
That goes both ways. Yes, I know.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I know this agent. This will be interesting. Go to Curiosity, right?
No, it is great that you can come home and you can still talk real estate with your significant other.
That's a good and a bad.
Exactly.
It's either real estate or our kids. One of the two. That's our topics of conversation, pretty much.
So, do you all ever work on a transaction together?
Well, we started doing residential together.
And there's Patrick staying away from the microphone back behind me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's actually jumping on it.
Oh, maybe talk.
Doing fine, baby.
There you go.
We started doing real estate together. We decided we loved each other too much to actually work on the same team. We really did. I mean, that was a very conscious decision. It wasn't that we did not work well together, but we wanted to enjoy seeing each other at the end of the day instead of carrying on our work.
I've always wondered about the real estate teams that's a man and wife doing business together. I mean, they're basically are together 24/7,
Yes.
and then who's in charge? Everyone's got to know their roles,
Right.
things like that. So kind of keep it separate. I can understand
We did.
why that might work better.
Well, and Patrick had run several companies. He had a lot of knowledge in the commercial side of things, so it was a natural progression. I started getting some leads on commercial, and I did not even want to touch it. I knew I didn't have the knowledge base, so it was a natural fit for Patrick to step into that role, and he's taken it and been extreme. I'm very proud of his success too.
Yeah, are we coming up against a break?
We are coming up against a break, but I want Renee to let us know how we can reach her first.
Oh, my phone number is 281-639-5982, and my website is reneebuckhoff.com.
Don't anyone go away, because we're going to have a lightning round.
We're going to have a lightning round. We're going to have everybody coming in here. Everyone's in here right now.
Never do her phone number one more time.
That is true. What is your phone number one more time?
281-639-5982.
We're taking a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
No, baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my